Elton okay, so can I start, everybody? Okay, sure. I know we Toastmasters who follow the time. I'm going to share my screen here. Because something is up with Zoom, I can't really share it. Can you guys see the screen? I have two monitors.
Not yet. Oh, now we go. There we go.
There you go. Okay, I couldn't put it on the real Zoom thing. I mean, on the screen, so I have the left tabs in there. All right, let's go with how many of you want to know the secret to a successful club? So the videos. I'm just gonna pivot a bit. Thank you for that. Today's topic is Meetup at the District 60 website that Elton put up. The reason why he asked me to do this at that time was I guess I've been doing trying to get Meetup going at the Division G level. I can see I have one area director here, or past area director, thank you, and Lisa. Quite a few Division Gs here, so that's awesome. So today's topic is on the what, the why, and the use of Meetup. And it's a good thing to have some of you here for the history background. So I'm going a bit longer on this workshop. It's good to see Janice on too, and Karen Goodyear. Okay, let's go now. So what is meetup.com? Pretty much it's down to just two groups of users. One's a user that use Meetup, and another one is for Division G. And I assume many of you here, like Paul Kilbang and all that, and Steve Beckford, you guys are here for the organizer side of things, right? So there are organizer roles inside Meetup. So there's two groups. I understand some of you have never seen Meetup from some one-on-one chatting earlier. Just two groups. I'm going to go into the next one. We'll talk about the users later on. This is now on the organizers. So for you who are organizers, you could go to meetup.com and I just want to see a quick show of hands here. How many of you have been an organizer? Karen Goodyear, you can put it down. Okay, yeah. Janice, so, whoa, about 1/3. So you probably get to learn something here. All right, so the first one here is organizer. There's 4 roles. An organizer role tends to mean that you are the one paying for the account. Meetup is not free. If you're a normal user and you're just using Meetup to help your club or to participate with your club, it is free. But if you're an organizer, it's gonna cost money. And division or the District 60 last term, July to June, they paid for the Meetup accounts that is owned by the division director or used by the division director and given out different roles to co-organizer or assistant organizer or to event organizers. All right. So if you've never done it before, that's the role if you're club officers, that's what you get to do. Hey, Paul Kilbang. Yeah. Most of us would be happy with event organizer, but if it's easier, in my opinion, having done this Division G last year, go for we would divide into Meetup managers for the divisions for the free account, and you can use that. Now, I like to mention 2 awesome clubs before I forget. That would be that have used Meetup that shows the power of Meetup. And if you never heard of them, is TMUT, Project Management. They are an awesome club, and they have 65 attendees to come in for their next meeting on Tuesday. The other awesome club for Meetup, just so everyone here knows, is Elton's other club. Elton goes to a few clubs, but the one called Creativity, about 15 to 25 attendees every meeting. So that's just to let you know, there's the number of members that you can, or potential new members that you can get. Okay. Now the why Meetup. I'll go with a personal story. I mean, earlier we talked about it. I look at the crowd here. The story behind the district is that when Janice was the district director, it was Eventbrite, and Roman Smollett is here for all the VPPR stuff. So at that time for VPPRs, we do more of the Eventbrite was heavily pushed. It was free, and you can. The other way of getting social media is people is to use something called the collection of pictures that you can have from every meeting, from a camera where you take Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And these days, that's one that points to LinkedIn. Now for last term, move on a couple of terms. Well, actually, after Janice, it was Dawn, and Dawn, it was at that time, they say, oh, use Meetup, is good for you, but there was not enough information out on Meetup at that time. So we heard, hey, let's do Eventbrite. And then we also hear Meetup is good, but there's not enough workshop at that time, and we didn't really push it and didn't really understand it. And it took me at that time as area director, it was kind of like tricky to navigate. Okay, Meetup, what's Meetup? And then at that time, it was like Eventbrite was still carrying the load for District 60. Now, fast forward to last term, we start to get more workshops on Meetup, and of course, no club. We are all pretty cheap here. We are kind of like, hey, district, can you pay for it? And district say, sure. District just gonna give us the free account. But then today's workshop is on explaining how to access the free account. Now, the two clubs that we talk about, Elton's Club and Creativity, and Project Management United, they are using private accounts. So if your club can afford private accounts, it might be one way to go because you can keep the users that you have. If not, you have to kind of move around with the users. As you know, from District 60, from last term, June ends, it's July. There's a realignment, and now we are going forward with the District 1, 2, 3. So some things have changed, and we would, this morning I thought the district is going to change with the information on the dashboard, but it did not. I think they're still going to wait a few more days for that. When it does, and Anita, who's not here, will go back to the district directors. And I understand most of you are District 60, some of you who are District 1, 2, 3 or outside. You would have to deal with your division directors. All right, that's the personal story on how I got involved with Meetup. So it was a lot of getting to know Meetup and empowering the 6 area directors, including Louise Barr. And then, okay, let's go forward. Word of mouth. So why, as VPPR, this Meetup affects VPPR or and the public relations team. It's just what it is in the flow of members to the club. word of mouth is way up there, is number one. I don't think, you guys all look like you're seasoned Toastmasters, word of mouth. Now, in this pandemic time, word of mouth where you get to whisper and talk to your friends to come or your family members, it might be a bit tricky. So social media start to come on a bit more. Eventbrite, we still use it because it's free. And the difference between Eventbrite and Meetup is Eventbrite does not notify the people. Yeah, so you got members out there that that you sign up, you create your event, people go to it, but it doesn't remind you. The guests, the new guests, they will have to come back and, well, they will have to have some kind of tracking system. I gotta mention here, when you get all the guests coming to the club, you gotta know how to sign them up. Elton has 15 to 25 attendees coming, and that's attendees or guests. That's a lot. As Toastmasters, the reason why you are here is we want to give back. Toastmasters work for us. We got promoted. We got our jobs. We look good in everything. We just want to give back. So what does that mean? That means you, the club president, the officers and the members, you want new members, and once they come in, you want to, so you got to know how to grab the members. We have put a link up here, if because I think less than half of you may have gone to the Robert Wiss workshop. So just a show of hand, how many of you have heard about Robert Wiss?
Are you trying to share links there, Arthur? Because I don't think the slide changed.
No, I did not yet. No.
Okay, no, okay, you said a link and I didn't see it. Okay, thank you.
The link will be shared later on. Yeah. Okay, so can we save the questions to the end, please? All right, let's go with the event. So Robert Wiss. So when guests come, Elton and I noticed that creatively speaking, we were not able to articulate and get the guests in. But when we remember Robert Wiss, DTM is very good at that stuff. We have another workshop. The workshop is on the D60 website, and Elton will share it at the end. That and we have shared this link quite a few times now. The point is, if you're gonna get people to come to visit the club on Zoom or physically, you gotta know how to grab the members from the heart, because you want to share what you have gained so much in Toastmasters. And Elton and I did not get, not just me, but we watched all the new guests come, and we didn't do enough. But then after the Robert Wiss workshop, Elton and the team, the PR team, the membership team, got the Elton. How many you get? 7 all the way to President Distinguished number. So that was pretty good. Yeah. So something to aim for. And the reason why I put 25 to 30 up there is, Janice, close your ear, okay? That I felt if you want quality members, you kind of stop around 30. When I see clubs out there where they go to 40, 50, I can see some of you nodding your head. That's too big. From a Toastmasters build point of view, I would probably say go to just kind of stop around 30, have quality members, and then kind of like between 25 and 30 is a good number. I still make the 30 is the new number thing for Janice. Janice, I never forget that. But yeah, you get 25 to 30, and that's a good number. But when you go to one of the clubs, like I seen where this thing worked for my speak, for those of you who heard about that club, they have 49 people. And what I heard is like one speech can be quite a while before you get to it. You want quality members when you get them in through Meetup. or not through Meetup, to the whole entire tools in the toolkit of PR. All right, let's keep going here to this. So the use. Let's go back earlier, what we talked about, the what. So create your personal free Meetup account or profile if you haven't done that. And the point of this is that when you create your free Meetup profile, when your club VPPR creates the event on Eventbrite, you can help by being reminded when you sign up for the event. And every week when you get the email reminder, just click on the yes part. It says edit and you said, yes, you're coming. Now the point of that is you get reminded, and the point of the video by Robert Weiss is that one reason why members are not coming to the meeting, for those members that get stuck and they haven't come for a while, is because they say, and I'm repeating Robert Weiss, that they have not been reminded to go to the meeting. So you use the tools like Meetup to help you remind the member that is not coming. Now for the rest of us, we get reminded too, and by now I'm sure you guys go to for your club meetings. You know the time of your meetings, right? But someone like me, I go to 6 clubs a week. That's a lot. So sometimes a reminder helps too. And I see these across all the 6 clubs. No other club special, a reminder now and then is good. Now there are other tools other PR tools in the toolkit you can use for a reminder, like MailChimp is something I recently heard that kind of like mimics reminder, but it doesn't do the Meetup part. The title here, now I'm going to do a Robert Weiss on you guys, right? So if you want the PowerPoint reminder, email Elton or me, and we'll send it to you. Okay, so to show that you're interested in the reminders. But this is how it looks like. Once you create your meetup.com account, this is example, right? There is no more division G this term. It's only A, B, C, Louisiana is for C, D, E, F. So most of us in division G would be in division G in district 1, 2, 3. There will be more information coming out. I already checked with Chris Nelson over there or Anita. The accounts still in progress for division for district 60. So if you guys want this free access to create your own events and get reminded in district 60, it's coming. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just changed the title here a bit, the link. So you create your Meetup account, you go here and just district, division G61. I think the area director, Dan, Lisa, you're here. G61 is going to G52 in district 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think I will give some examples online, or we can talk about it if you guys want to. But now I think I'm open to Meetup, to Q&A from anyone. Now, I'll show you a picture of how, if you like me with many groups or Meetup that you go to, you can see that I click on, so I sign up. I mean, I log into Division G account. Well, I log into Meetup, and then because I'm a organizer in quite a few of these clubs here, I had to see more groups over there. And you can see as of not too long ago, there's 65 attendees for for Project Management United Club. I know I don't see him here right now. Roman Smollett is all about branding. So if you want to get people to the club, remember, use Meetup, sign up to it, create your events, but create in such a way that you have a brand. In this case, it's project management and Toastmasters. So it's one of those few clubs with that. Another club that I go to is Bombardier. They are aviation and Toastmasters. So have a brand that pulls people to your place. Okay. And that's just an empty screen. I don't want to go further into it. Today, just a Q&A. Any question, anyone on this meetup? Steve, you have a lot to say. No? Come on, Steve.
No questions at the moment.
Really? Okay. Karen, good year.
Okay, I've got a question.
Yeah.
When will the new link be in effect? The one with the District 123?
So the way it works out with Chris Nelson is that when the official split happened and TI approved the district credit card, then she will start buying the District 123 accounts.
Any timeline for that, or is it just up in the air?
I heard for a while ballpark, and it might be middle of August.
Okay, thanks.
But don't quote me on that, although I'm on recorded here. Luis, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. I actually have been setting people up on what I thought was Division C. I kept looking at the login, thinking something's weird here. I think I got given login credentials for higher than I should have been, because when I go in, I see A, B, and C, and I just tried to type in the address you gave, replace G with C, and it says it doesn't exist. So I think there should have been a created group, and I noticed D and H and a couple, like H current and D, which is what it will soon be for Gavel and Gloss. They're not in there at all. So there needs to be some clarity, I think, on setting it up, please.
So we have the PRM for District 60, who is also the Zoom master. I don't think he's got a timeline, but I'll let him explain. Elton.
Sorry, my
Okay,
question.
so-
My question is if you can share the slides at the end or the recording of today's meetup discussion.
Yes. You could, they'll be sent. Just send us your email address and we'll send you the slides.
Okay,
Sorry,
do you want to answer Louise on that? She wants to know when well, it's kind of like two in one here. The question earlier from Brian Masters, which is when District 123 is ready to go, and then we'll start cleaning up the division account.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I can answer that. That's quite easy. Right now, 123 does not have a credit card, Toastmasters credit card. So there are all of these things that need to happen can't happen until they have their own credit card account, Toastmasters one. So as soon as they get that, which should be in a couple of weeks, then all of the people that are still using Meetup on the District 60 side will continue until she gets that credit card, and then the migration will begin.
Thank you.
I have a question. So I didn't catch, so the difference between an organizer at Meetup versus having a free account and setting it up myself, like what's the difference?
Okay.
So
Go ahead, Alton.
So an organizer it doesn't matter if you have a free account, you have a paid account, or if you happen to be on the District 60 meetup. It's still the role itself is still the same. So if you're an organizer, you're basically the person that either you've paid for the account, or you happen to have you're the admin of that group. So that, and if you're the admin, that means that you get to create announcements. You're able to bring people into your under your I'll say domain, and you're able to create multiple announcements so that they run concurrent, one right sequentially, one right after the other. And then the other side of it is where you are a user, or you're a recipient, and you receive all of the messages, the announcements, so that they remind you to when the next Toastmaster meeting is for your club.
Okay, so as a meetup member, because I found Toastmasters through Eventbrite/meetup, but just as a user of Meetup, I'm not able to organize my own meetup, like organize my own meeting
No,
for my club.
not in an account that does not belong to you. If it doesn't belong to you, or if you're not the organizer, then you are, you're there to receive.
Elton, can I jump in?
Yes, please.
So Vivian, so you will look for your division, if you're District 60, division director to grant you any of the, you see where my mouse is here, and either an assistant organizer role or event organizer role, and you can create your own events.
With my own personal account, or I have to be speaking to the District 60 division director before I can get access?
Before you can get access to create
Okay.
it on that. So if you create on the account, it's free, but if you create, if you have your own little one-off, that's not free. So it has to be attached to, like say if you're under Louis division, you have to be in division C before you can, and given the roles to create it. So let me see the link here. So this is the example. So you change that to C, that will be the division C.
That's why I was asking, because the credentials I were given, I think I ended up being given the credentials to go in as the district director, and I think I'm now realizing there was a problem. So there needs to be a fix-up, that's all. I've already set people up for event organizers, but I did wonder why things showed up the way they did. As soon as I changed the little logo in the corner, suddenly A, B, and C ended up with the proper logo. For Toastmasters, I go, oh, something's wrong here. So we just have to fix it, that's all. It's not a big deal. It just, if you were to replace that G in that link you've created there, you'll see it doesn't exist.
There should be a division G. This was a
G exists, but C doesn't. If you put in C, or you put in D, or you put in H, H being gavel and glass, which just happens to be present today, it doesn't work. So I think there was an issue in how I was given credentials. It's fixable. I'm just raising it so we could look at it, because otherwise it's going to mess everybody up before we fix it.
And we already talked about this, where it's once District 1, 2, 3 is good, then we'll start moving things around.
I'm talking 60 though.
Huh?
I'm talking 60 though.
Yes.
60 does not have a Division C subpage at the moment for some reason, so we need to fix it, that's all.
So you change it to a C and it doesn't work?
No, it says the page doesn't exist. The credentials I'm getting in there, but it turns out the credentials I was given, I think, were for the district director, so I'm probably in the wrong spot. That's all. It's just fixing it later, so I just bring it to your attention. We'll look at it later, but before anybody today jumps in there, I think you better wait till we fix the rest of it first.
Okay, Vivian, did we answer your question?
Yeah, I just went on Meetup and I realized within my personal account I can't create my own event, so I'll have to
ask your division director for it at some point.
Yeah, sounds good.
I saw a
Thank you.
hand.
Bite my tongue. It is working on this link that I was just given, so I'm not sure what's going on yet. We'll sort it out later. Sorry about that.
No problem. I saw a hand raised by Janice.
Yes. So I'm Joe Public. I'm looking for a Toastmasters club. And I type in Toastmasters Club in Toronto. How do I find a club in my geographical area when there are groups for all sorts of divisions? And division C or G and H, they don't mean anything to me for Joe Public. But I want to find a club close to my home at whatever location.
Look, I'm home now, so I'll come on.
Oh, okay. All right. So just hang up when you're ready, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
So Janice, the meetup works by location. So pretend you are staying at Batterson College. You would put maybe within the 10 kilometers or 25 kilometers, and you search by Toastmasters, you could find a club nearby.
Okay.
But there's no clubs near there. Closest is San Vladimir.
How much can I personalize the content on the division meetup group?
You personalize using your own account. So when the profile that you create, you then go into the folder or the link that is provided up there, and then you join the group of, say, division A, and then in division A you look for the events that will show up, and they will show up based on your location, your personal account. So your personal account profile is where you set up, where you would say where you're located. If you say that
I get that. Can I change the content every week for my club?
yes,
Okay.
and that's the beauty of it. So additional information is that you should put your videos and your, if you have, or your anything to do with the meetings, build up a presence that you are, the club is active every week for the last 3 years, for example. And just keep building on it. So when new members come in or new guests come in, they would search and they can see that this club is active. And you can put all these pictures and videos, you know, like when somebody win an award or something, or a table topic, you put them up there, and the new guests can see, that's great. That's how, so one of the keys on a successful clubs tend to be fun. So make it fun, somehow make it naturally fun. You guys look serious though, so maybe you should have a joke master or something. That's called naturally fun. You don't want to be fun, but you just make it. All right, so I'm sure we have 13 more minutes. Now's the time to ask any tough questions. Oh, we got hands up thing. Elton, you're the Zoom master. Gonna watch for that.
Yes, Emily.
Emily, you're up.
Yes, I'm just wondering if you or Elton have any tips on how to create an event that tracks more people. My club has their own Pitchmasters account, so we don't use District 60s. And I've been creating meetup ads for probably 4 months now, and I don't get anywhere as close to as many guests as Elton does. So I'm just wondering if you have any tips or insight that you can provide.
So before I steal Elton's thunder, I'll give you all the tips I've seen, right? The wordings around something like, so Elton used, want to be a better speaker. For some reason, that is a big hook. So I don't want to steal that from Elton. I say, be a better speaker at this club, be a better speaker at that club. That also works. Because what's the first thing in Toastmasters is when a member joins, they work on their public speaking. Then when they, after a year, they discover they want to be officers. Well, you know, I sort of pity those that became officers. They never become a public speaker first. So So Elton's catch line that hook everybody is want to be a better speaker. And for some reason, it's a hook. But we didn't catch the fish because we still have to, as a club, learn how to, from the heart, do the Robert Wiss thing and say, ask there's a 3-question thing, we'll send a link, watch the video, it's an hour and a half, and you learn how to get members from the heart. There's a second here, Martin, is you here? Well, did I answer your question, Emily? I do have one more tip before I forget, Emily, which is on District 60, Elton has an open house link and open house tab with a lot of links there for open house. If you, this is unfortunately manual, that's why Meetup beats up the other tools. It's manual, and the PR, the VP PR and the PR team can go in and publish to any of these links out there and have them point to Meetup in the Eventbrite, in the links, and also you should also have Eventbrite well, you should be casting more net out there. Elton, I know you want to say something because I'm just quoting a lot of your tips. Yeah.
That's okay. One thing I want to go back to the part where we're talking about it's about fine tuning. When we first started using Meetup, we weren't getting anybody. We heard crickets. And we started looking at the geographics, the people that live around the club. Who are they? And we realized that they are, 25 to 35-year-old individuals, college grads, new to the workforce. And that's what we began to use to try to hook them. So we tried many, many things in order to get them. We tried using very youthful and snappy graphics and really catchy phrases to think we were going to hook them. Well, that didn't work. And we tried things little at a time. We didn't make big changes because we were afraid that if we made too big of a change, we would have missed the hook, as Arthur says. So a little bit at a time. And then we noticed that we started getting like 1 or 2 people started to show, and then nothing. So we tweaked it just a little more. But we found that the simpler the language, the more people showed up. So we just decided, okay, we can go for it now. And we just more or less said, basically, this is a place if you want to learn how to be a better speaker. Here are 5 reasons why. And people started coming. And we've not really touched it since then because as my dad would say, if it works, don't fix it. And so we more or less have left it alone for right now. We will tweak it if for whatever the reason, if we stop getting guests or interested people. The other thing to this is that once you get individuals that say they're interested and they sign up on the Meetup, you have to be very quick about letting them know, that just because they're doing the Meetup thing, they're not doing Toastmasters. They're only said that they were interested. And then you have to redirect them to your meeting. Now, in your greeting to them, you want to make sure that you personalize it. Put their name in there so that they feel that you are focused in on them. Don't do like, the form letters that we get all the time. You know what I'm talking about. You open the letter and it's dear recipient. You just throw that in the trash because 4 million people got that, and so you're not going to be interested. So you want to make sure that you personalize the email that you send. Now, I'm not saying that every email has to be different, because they do not, but you want to form a good, solid letter email that you can use to send to them, that is going to let them know that you care. You also want to use, there's a couple of links that you can use from Toastmasters International. The one that comes to mind right off the bat is the one that allows you to show them what a Toastmaster meeting looks like. That seems to be, that was the jump kick right there for me and for individuals who really started to show up, because now they had an opportunity to see what they were getting into. And because of that, that really sparked their interest. And then since they knew what was going on, they they started coming. The other thing too, when you're sending these first emails, is don't be afraid to send them like the Toastmaster magazine, because now you're doing that same thing that they do for a lot of websites, where they get you to come to them because they give you something. They give you a book, they give you coupons, but they give you something to get you to come there. So giving them the Toastmasters magazine and explaining that if once you become a member, and remember, you see how I didn't say if or maybe, when you're going to be when you become a Toastmaster member, you're going to get one of these every month, and it is chock full of tips and tricks and information on how to be a better speaker and a better leader. And also you get to read about other people's accounts who are Toastmasters, such as doctors and lawyers who have found the efficacy of Toastmasters and how it has helped them in their journey. So all of those things you need to think about when you're putting together this letter, and don't be afraid to allow your language to be a little flowery, because you're creating a picture here, and you want it to be full of life and exciting and inviting, not one of those kind of letters that thank you for signing up for us, and we really hope that you show up, and here's our link, and see you there. You're not going to get anybody. You're not, because they're going to see that as boring, and who needs another boring meeting, right? Oh, I'm talking too much. I'm going to shut up now. And
no, that's good, Elton, because I think everyone here will be probably leaning towards organizer. There's still some users. I see more hands here. I know there was earlier Martin, but I don't see him now.
Vivian.
Yeah, I just have a quick, simple question. It's about the credential. I know my previous president had the credential. I don't know if I can use that one, or I need to ask the new one from I'm the president now. So I have to get the new.
Are you in District 60?
Yes, Division A.
Division A. Oh yeah, you should get your division director to give you so you own account, go in there, go to that folder, and then be a join as a member of the group, and then you can do anything in there. So talk to your division A. We can talk about this afterwards. Okay.
Oh, I cannot use the previously give the credential to the previous president. Can I use that credential? No.
So the president did not hand over to you?
No, I wonder if I can use that. If I can use that, then I can ask him.
All right, I think it's more like along, so it is a Division A account, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then, yeah, the current Division A as of July will be over, and will give you access, okay? You can email me or Elton, and we can deal with this afterwards. Vivian, your quick question for you? No? Oh, your hand is just up there.
Hand is up. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah,
Is-
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, is there someone else asking a question or can I?
Who was Martin that was on earlier? Martin, if he's still on, do you want to give?
Martin, right.
No? Okay.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Gavel and Glass Club. So right now we have Meetup, so we are paying it ourselves. Actually, we were considering to cancel it because we thought it very expensive. So this new change means we can get a free account for our club, like each club.
Yes, you would. You would. So there's a bit of a trick here. You have a group of users. You have to notify all of them if you have a private account, and then email them. Well, if you know them, everybody should know that Meetup has a privacy feature in there. When, for example, Vivian became a member or any of the members in Meetup, you don't have their email account, email addresses. So you can only reach them through Meetup. If you want to, but as Elton explained earlier, if you want them to be part of your club and they recognize that you are, that your club is amazing, and then they will give you their email and then you can notify them by email.
Okay.
But other than that, you need to blast blast a message through Meetup to them.
Sorry, you didn't answer my question. My question is, I am the organizer of our club. I'm in charge of the website, Meetup.
Yeah.
So how can I get it free, get the division paid for the fee? Or should I wait?
So you just need to go through the steps that Arthur mentioned earlier.
It's on the
which,
screen.
in order to get your free account. I have our paid one, but I also was able to get my free account through Arthur's help, because he was at the time the Division G director. And so I'm able to, so because of that, I still have my free account. I have a free account, but I also still continue to use my paid account. So I use both accounts to help me spread the word, which really helps.
I'll ask separately. I'm not sure I understand, okay?
That's okay.
Yeah, we can follow up on this for your specific issue after this. Now, I do respect the time is 8:02. Do we have any question? Louise.
Yeah, now that I'm kind of got the other mess sorted out on my own, I just wanted to say I could answer what Jennifer was asking. So Gavel and Glass has their own club. She wants to know how they connect to this. So basically, you're going to connect to your division director, and everything is changing. You're now, Gavel and Glass is now in Division D, and I sent you in the chat the email for them. And anyone else here, if you know what your new division is, go to the leadership on the Division 60 page, and you'll find out who your division director is, and then you can email them, and you'll get the instructions on how to be able to get access to becoming event organizer. You basically have to contact the leader. They're going to make you an event organizer, and as an event organizer, you can now publish the details that you need. Division director might choose to give you a higher set of credentials, but that's one choice you have. So does that make sense?
Okay, thank you, Louise.
Sorry, the MC Astridge has her hand up. I don't know if you guys missed.
No, that's
her.
okay. This is probably a good end question. If I wanted a link to the test drive a Toastmaster meeting on the District 60 website or the Toastmasters International website, could I ask PRM@toastmasters60.com to send me that link?
That's Elton right there.
Elton, yes. Is that possible, Elton? If I asked you, if I emailed you right now, I want the Robert Lease video or a link to it. the PowerPoint that was just presented, and then the link to the Toastmaster demo meeting link. If I contact you, can you send me those 3 things?
I love to do this to Elton. Elton.
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. I'll do that. Thank you. I'm
Can I
simple
just
speaker.
suggest, Elton, that you just post it in the chat right now for everybody on the call?
All 3? That's a lot. I'm just saying.
It's not.
No.
It's actually very easy to do to post.
Okay. That would be great. I don't want to put anybody on the spot here.
No,
Too late.
No, but that's a lot of valuable information. And I'll tell you, our Simcoe Speakers Club, we were 25 members, we're at 10, and they're very dedicated people. But with the pandemic, we're not getting very far. And I know Bruce Lang knows our club very well. We're in standstill motion, and hopefully now that everybody's getting vaccinated, things will change in the next 3 to 6 months. But these resources are things that we can ramp up and maybe hopefully get more people on board.
Okay, so let's see here, everyone. I'm going to send what am I sending? Oh, so here we go. This is that's the Robert Reese's slides.
Sure.
That's that is one of the things, and I'm digging around here, people.
Oh, great.
And I think the slides are very easy to understand.
Right.
Really easy. I don't have a problem with that. And now let's see if I can find the.
While you're digging, Elton, can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So for Meetup, my club, or the club I'm in, Sunrise Orators, we're finding.
Oh yeah. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. Finding a lot of foreign participants because it's virtual now, which is great. But just wondering how we redirect them if they wanted to join a club, or when we're creating, like, for example, if I do start the Meetup group for my club, how do I go about, like, is there a way to restrict the location, or should we keep it open to everyone and then redirect them to the right like, I don't know, location that if they wanted to join Toastmasters?
Okay, so my first question is, what are you guys planning to do come, and I say this with fingers crossed, at the end of the pandemic? Are you going to
go back
go back to being strictly just a brick and mortar club, or are you planning on being a hybrid club? Have you guys talked about that?
I believe the president is thinking that we're going to return back to a brick and mortar club, but that's a good idea of doing a hybrid club. I don't know, because I'm actually new to the officer role. Like, I'm the VP of PR, so that's the reason why I'm trying to promote the club. But at the same time, those are questions that I have as well, right? So yeah,
because that really will determine what you guys decide to do. Because if you're having people that are from abroad who are connecting to you guys, and I can understand why, because of the time when you guys your meetings are held early in the morning.
Yeah.
Being able to get to someone at the right, maybe they feel that this is the perfect time for them in order to catch their, do their Toastmaster, get their Toastmaster fix. So this is why I asked, is what you guys planning on doing? You guys going to do hybrid or what?
So right now, I guess the plan is brick and mortar, but at the same time, I can bring it back to my president, right? Like that, whether or not we can change that into a hybrid club. But now
You guys are still meeting on the second floor, right?
I haven't been to the physical office, so I don't know.
Okay,
I've joined during COVID.
Oh, because I know you guys are met on the mezzanine section, and so yeah, I guess that would be something that would have to be talked about.
Okay.
We talking about, because I don't know. I could tell you, don't redirect them, because if they're coming in from all over the world, who cares, right? They're connecting virtually. You guys are going to accept virtual people coming in, then that will be great. If they are trying to connect to you, and you find, but you guys are not doing that, then yes, then you guys are going to have to redirect them elsewhere.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, before I wrap up, and being good Toastmasters, I do see a hand there. VJ, did you have a question?
Yeah, in addition to the Elton what mentioned, I'm an area director of Area 64, and we got one person registered to one of my club. That person is coming from UK, London, but her timing was matching here. So we raised this question to the Toastmaster International, and they say, as long as your meetings are virtual, you can get the people all around the world. So there is no restriction. Make sure that they are filling up the form to your club, so they belong to your club. That's the only thing.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, I just want to, if there's no more question, wrap up real quick.
Oh yeah. Please, for those who didn't get the other parts that I'm still digging for, you can request for them via PRM@toastmasters.com. I mean Toastmasters60.com. And if you do it now, within the next hour, you'll have everything.
Beautiful. That's great.
All right. Oh, one more hand. MC? No? Okay, no. All right, let's see now. I learned one thing called servant leader about 3 years ago with Don Frail. And from there, then 3 years ago, yeah. And servant leader is something I've been doing and in my career for a long time. So there's something that I picked up from project management, but that also translates into Toastmasters. So I know most of you here are organizers, and I really appreciate that you're here. You spend 1 hour and a few minutes with us to learn. I couldn't obviously put everything I know in 1 hour for something like Meetup that took 3 years to kind of look at it. But you're welcome to send me an email and we can Zoom and talk about any issue, me or Elton, or me and Elton, and we'll walk through any of your Meetup issues. You can ask Luis. Last year, I empowered the 6 area directors in Division G, and where's Lisa is not here, so we have 2. Yeah, empower all 6 area directors. It was amazing time. Luis, you have something to say?
Yeah, I could just say to MC Ashbridge, did you say you're Simcoe? I didn't quite catch what you were, but I am the division director and I have the ability to set you up. So be in touch, and anyone else in Division C, be in touch, because I now completely have it sorted out and can help you all out. Just let you know. Back to you. Thanks.
Yes, there you go. So I thank you everyone here from the bottom of my heart. And Bruce Lang, do you have a hand up? Okay, Bruce Lang, go ahead.
No, it's not a hand up, it's a thumbs up.
It's a thumbs up. Okay, good. Yeah, so thank you everyone. And I hope I empower all of you to be servant leaders to your officers and to your members. All right, thank you for coming today. And Elton, thank you for being in the Zoom.
Oh, you are welcome.